You drove up to Manitoulin and you recorded an album. That's the nuts and bolts of it, right?
Yeah. That makes it sound more legit than it feels to me. But yeah, that's what I did. Yeah.
So tell us about it.
Last year, on the side of the road, I found this just sitting out with someone's garbage. This like cardboard box, 80s probably, from the 70s or 80s. It was, I forget what it was called, but it was like portable studio or something. And it was a tape recorder with this external microphone that had this like very narrow cable that it connected to and whatever. And the only power source in it was this couldn't have been original, but the only power source in it was like the cigarette lighter of the car. I don't think we call them that anymore, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
What else you call that
thing.
power? That thing. You remember those? Remember pushing them in?
Yeah, of course I do. Yeah. Of course I do.
So anyways, I was like, this is cool. Like, and crucially, I was going to Manitoulin like then that day. It's like, oh, what if I like recorded songs on this thing on the way up? So I did that. And then when I got home, it turns out the thing was broken, which is why I was being thrown out. So I couldn't actually listen back. The audio was so corrupted. And so I tried cleaning it up digitally, and it just wasn't a thing. So I didn't end up pursuing that. And then this year, I came into possession of I bought a Zoom recorder.
Like one of those Zoom H4s?
Yeah, I think it was an H4. Yeah.
And for those that don't know, they have like audio. They have two microphones on it, but then you can also plug in like XLRs. 2
XLRs on mine.
Okay.
Yeah, there's different tiers of them. The one that we're describing here, there's two. There's an XY orientation mic on top, and you can record in the field basically. And so I thought, I'm just going to do this, and like I don't have any video gear at all, I have a tripod that I got when I was sort of dabbling with stop motion videos just for fun at home with a lofty plan that never came to be. But I was like, I'm just going to do it, and there's a G.K. Chesterton quote that has been very motivating to me in many, many areas of creativity, where he says, anything worth doing is worth doing badly, If the option is to do it and it will be done poorly, or not do it, but it's something worth doing, just do it. Like that's better. Anything worth doing is also worth doing well, but that's a different thing.
But you're willing to take the emotional sacrifice of something failing or not going well, because you want to do it so
totally.
So much.
Just want to do it, like the world isn't worse because this thing exists, So I did that. So I had a couple songs in mind, and I didn't have them all picked, but I had enough songs, is I guess what I mean. And then as I was driving up north, I love Manitoulin. It's a very important place. For those on the video, like that tattoo there is a location.
Show the camera that one.
This camera you're saying? Oh, this camera there.
There you go. Yeah.
That's a location on Manitoulin. Cool. I was just driving up, and just kind of you'd see somewhere pretty, and it's like, oh, that looks cool, I'll stop there. And there's a couple other locations that I knew about, so I stopped at those. And it was beautiful. It took me forever to get there, but I had the best time. I was just very much just in it. So I stopped at these locations, and then I set up the tripod with my phone as the camera.
So your phone was the camera on
that? It was just my iPhone, yeah. And then I just recorded them and then synced them together, did a little bit of just like mixing of the audio, not much. There's only three mics going.
You had one mic for your guitar and one mic for your voice?
Sort of. I basically just I had headphones so I could monitor how it sounded.
Yep.
I set the Zoom recorder on the ground, just tilted up on the mic stand, pointing kind of vaguely at me, because I wanted to get some of the ambience of the areas too. And then I just put a single condenser mic kind of out from the guitar, but facing up toward my voice, maybe just a bit above the sound hole.
So you can kind of catch both?
Yeah. And just as long as I could hear both, I was happy with that. And then I just mixed that together and then stuck them to the video. And you can definitely tell, unlike this nice lighting setup you got here where we look nice and crisp and crystal clear in these cameras, it's like grainy as all get out on those videos, especially as it got darker and darker.
Yeah.
So at one point, the second to last one, I was up at Spanish River, and it was full nighttime at this point. But I just used my car lights, and I was like, so I turned on the car light. Yeah. And I just set up in front of the car. And then the last one, I was about 2 minutes from my destination, but I wanted to record in a specific spot because of its connection to my father, and the song I wrote was for my father. But there were people sleeping in cabins just kind of all along the shoreline where I was. So I used a flashlight and just pointed a single flashlight at me and sang quite quietly into the microphone because it was 3 a.m. or so, 2 a.m, something like that. So that was that project. And just pick these songs that I could perform just me and my guitar on a drive that I loved. It was a lot less about any final product and trying to create something specific, and more about just like, I would love to do this. I'm just going to do this, you know? Yeah. And then that kind of imbues the project itself with its own meaning for me anyhow, you know?
Yeah, and I feel like, you know, a phrase that came to mind when I was prepping for this interview and thinking about it is like, the medium is the message.
Totally, Marshall McLuhan.
The words or whatever you're doing is one thing, but it's how it's presented and how it's like
absolutely
taken. And like, there's something beautiful in a world where everything is so polished that you're doing something that's like, you can feel the humanity in that project.
Totally. I love that, man. That is very much... I'm trying to kind of lean into... I'm trying to explore this more.